guys, it's Orsi, and this is going to be an update on my collection. And I was thinking that what I want to do is just, go through what I have. Mostly here. I had some here, but I already put it on the ground because I sold a bunch of decks since the last collection update. I can't even remember when that was. So I don't even sure how much or what decks I actually have. As in, I never went through and just looked at it. So I was thinking, I'm gonna just sit here on the ground and go through the decks and tell you about it. If you're enjoying that type of content, which I do, then hopefully it's gonna be entertaining in some way. But let's start with the ones that I have on the ground, and it's not gonna be in any order yet because I need to figure out what I have before I can organize things. But yeah, let's start with this one. The only Marseille deck that I have is the Tiny Tarot Marseille. I still I don't even know if I still plan on learning Marseille. To be honest, it's just this type of size or small size. This is the only clear or clean Tarot Marseille deck that I have, because I have one that is a mixture of the RWS and the Marseille deck, because it's numerology and I'm not really a numerology person. So, I don't know. I think I'm gonna learn the thought, or I will get a thought deck and I will study it at some point. I don't know when, but that excites me more or interests me more than Marseille. But I still have the deck. Then I have the, what is it called? The Illustrated Crystallary, I think, because I made a little pouch for it. And, I have the book version. So these cards are smaller than the actual Oracle deck. The quality of it is not as good, like a normal deck, but for me the size works much better. But the way it's been a while that I used this one, so I will have to check it. And I also need to keep an eye on, but I don't think it has more than 42 cards in this deck, because it's just not enough. Because for the birthday deck project that I want to do, or birthday reading video, whatever. Okay. Next one is a Lenormand deck, also for studying. It's a huge size for Lenormand, so that's not something that's easy to learn with, to use. Sorry, to learn with, yes, but I struggle with Lenormand a lot. I can't lie. It's not happening for me, and it's so frustrating because I want it to work. Another one, which is not like tarot or oracle, is the Shadow Word. It's a game card, to be honest. These big ones that I did a reading type of storytelling type of video once, which I was too nervous to make. But maybe I will go back to making those, but not on the spot. But I will sit down, get the cards out, make up the story, and then I'm gonna tell it in a video. Maybe that's gonna be a better option. Some Hogwarts playing cards. And I'm not gonna open everything because I have a flip through and a walkthrough of pretty much. I should have every deck. So if you're interested in something, just look for it from my in my channel. The box for my original 30 card of Zombie Oracle. I don't use that version anymore, but the box is so cool that I'm not gonna just throw it away. It's the Psychic Tarot, which is not an actual tarot deck. It has 65 cards, but it's an intriguing deck. It was a gift from a friend. I haven't had time to study it, but I know that certain people that I follow or watch videos of mentioned this deck, and that it worked for them or works for them really nicely. So I'm keeping that one because I want to study it. Another thing that I wanted to study but haven't yet is playing cards, reading with playing cards. So I have an old Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring deck that I got because of the movies back then, and the Royal Mischief from Patrick Valenza because of the artwork and, just for the sake of having it. I think that was this and the Deviant Moon is the easiest to get from here if you like his art style. The other deck that I mentioned, which is, has Tarot de Marseille in it, is the RWS X Tarot de Marseille from, I don't even know how he says his name, Gergely Bagaméri, I think. Tarot Midnight. My friend on Instagram and everywhere else, which obviously I'm making a really bad job of promoting, but he has a new Marseille deck out, by the way. It's something to do with Paris and stuff like that. So, I'm gonna link his, if I remember to do that, link his channel down below. But if not, we had a conversation about this deck and his other decks on my channel previously. Tarot Midnight or something like that. That's his username on Instagram. So please do look it up or ask me and I will link you. And I'm sorry for making such a bad job at promoting my friends, but I suck at remembering names. I wish I wouldn't, but I do. The deck that I learned to read tarot with or on, living in a special Korean pouch, which I don't use anymore because, and I said I'm not gonna show it, but obviously I'm showing it because this is a special one. What's the name of the deck, you ask? Well, if I would remember right now, I would tell you, but Kazanlar Tarot, because it's the name of the professor who, came up with the deck. And it's not an easy name. But yeah, I don't use it because there are just cards that I don't agree with that connects to Hungarian folklore and traditions and history, and they just don't match for the card meanings how I read them. So, but I'm keeping it because it's a special deck. The mini version of the Everyday Witch Tarot, it's in my bag, but to be honest, I don't really like to use it anymore. It's small, it's tiny, it's easy to, take it with me, but I have, which I don't have it here, the pocket edition of the Lyseer's Tarot, which I have in the office because I need to make a pouch for it, because with the aluminium case, it's too heavy and I don't like to carry it around. Oops. But honestly, as soon as the Smoke, Ash and Embers will have a pocket size edition, these will just go somewhere because I will have that deck with me everywhere, I think. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with the Everyday Mini, to be honest. I mean, I like it, but I don't really use it, so I might just gift it to one of my friends with the pouch and everything. We will see. I need to put this one back. The two Angelarium, these are technically, I don't even know, art cards, I think, that has been sold. I don't know if they're still, if Peter Morbacher is still selling these on cons where he goes to, but I was lucky enough to buy these when COVID started, because he made it available on the website. So I don't even know if it's still available on the website. Might be. So if you can, and if you like his artwork, you can buy these ones. Although there's a second of Angelarium Oracle deck is coming out, so I'm hoping that the zodiac signs are gonna be in these in this version. I backed it on Kickstarter, so I think the expected date is now around June-ish or something like that. But yeah, I will have that one as well because I just like his artwork. Two decks that are not open yet, the Lantern Oracle and the Season of the Witch Imolk, which I got for my birthday. They're gonna be opened tonight. The Wisdom of the Oracle, which I decluttered previously, but then I got it back because it just makes sense. It's one of the best Oracle decks that I have. It just works so well, so my reasoning for getting rid of it was just stupid, so it's back. I have some Gypsy cards as well, because it's, Hungarian tradition in a way, but I don't use it. It's just sentimental reasons, I guess. Another playing card that I have, I'm really, really proud of this pouch. I think the pouch turned out really nicely, and I keep it with the box inside because it's a limited number. Mine is 360, which was a gift from the friend, the fountain pen friend Dynasty, who created this deck, who illustrated it. It's just so beautiful. So, if I ever learn how to read with playing cards, this is going to be a deck that I'm going to use for divination because it's just amazing. And I'm so happy that he was so nice to, Brendan Hung, you can see his name here. And I think it's just really cool. Dynasty playing cards. And he illustrated another card since then for I think it was a club or something, like a playing card club. I'm not really familiar with the word, but it wasn't available for the public, so I couldn't get one. But it was really cool. And I should write him a letter because I planned on sending him. Maybe I sent him a postcard for Christmas. I can't remember. I should make notes who I'm sending to, letters to, because I forget everything. But I need to write a letter to him. I can need as in I want to. The majors from the Art Nouveau, the Golden Art Nouveau, the big size, which was part of the. There's a tarot magazine in the UK that includes cards, and there was the majors and then some extra minors. But I'm kind of thinking about still getting this deck in like a normal size because I just like the bling. Maybe I don't know. But I have the first 3 I think issue from that magazine, and this was part of it. I got it for the Dirty Pam, obviously, like a lot of us. An oracle, a tiny oracle deck, which I can't remember how many decks, but it's not more than 40. But it's so cute. It's tiny bats. Like, look at that. It's so cute. Adventure. And I should use this one more. It's just so cute. Temperance. Yeah, obviously. It's really it's tiny, but it's absolutely cute. And I like bats, so it was a must. So it's staying, even if I will never use it again. It stays in my collection. Okay, another one which doesn't go anywhere, lives in a pouch, because this is the prototype edition of the Smoke Ash and Embers, and I still kind of lean towards using more of this than the original one, which is now actually not. But interesting that you can see the wear and tear on the side, because I use this deck a lot and I just love it. And I still feel so honored to be, to have prototypes of Stephanie's decks. Like I feel special and honored to have this, and I will never stop, I will never shut up about things like that. But yeah, let's move on to an obvious one, Lightyear's this is the original, the English version, because I have the Hungarian one as well. My ankle. This one, I actually was thinking about decluttering or selling. I put it up, but no one bought it, so that's why I still have it. But I think I'm gonna still keep it because of the colors. It's honestly, it's just so beautiful. The paints. Ooh, I mean, look at this one. The blue, the granulation. So, you know, I like colorful things, so why would I not use this one? It feels like a specific type of deck for a specific type of reading, so I don't think it's as versatile as, for example, the Wisdom of the Oracle, which is the deck that can be used for every scenario under the sun. But, you know, I just love the colors. One of the original decks, I mean, as in RWS decks that I actually really like, is the Tarot Vintage. I just like the colors in this one a lot, so that's why it stays. Which is Wisdom Tarot, which is a recent one, and I don't know if I showed it in video since I actually trimmed the deck, because I misunderstood the new version. I thought that the cards are gonna be smaller, but I mean, these are still big, don't get me wrong, but because it's a thick deck, but I can handle it much nicer or easier than previously, because the size was just not good for me. And I don't think I've lost too much of the artwork. And you know, even if I did, I'm not gonna remember what was there. Oh, look at that. The beginning of the journey. So yeah, it's still good. I still wish that they would come out with, and I would buy it actually, if there would be a normal size deck with all the artwork and whatnot, and in a less thick, it's less thicker. Oh, it sounds like sticker. Cardstock, because you know, it's all nice and everything to have wonderful cardstock, but if it makes the deck unusable, then what's the point? Tarot decks are for using, not just looking at. Okay, oh yeah, let's see first the box that's on my table right now. These are in my Decks for Winter, I think that was the title or something like that video. This is the second, it's the second print, not edition, second print of the first edition, where the titles of the minors are finally on the cards, which was a great idea because, yeah, it's a good deck. Smoke, Ash and Embers. I will have to make a count at some point, but I will not do that right now, how many decks I have. I still hold on to the Oracle, Nicoletta Ceccoli. Oops, Oracle. I don't know why. I don't use it. It's a good one. It's just without keywords, so you have to remember each and every, you know, like cards. And there are some weird ones. Yeah, I think most people use it for shadow work, for inner child stuff. I can't even remember what I used it, but I for some reason I still have it. I put it in the box to, you know, to give it a chance to use it, but I haven't picked it up, so that wasn't really successful. The Building Relationship Pocket Edition. To be honest, ever since I have this one, I haven't used the big ones, and I still think it's a great deck. And you can't see anything from it, but look, opportunity and playfulness. An upside down house. It's good for relationships, you know. It's just good. It just is. I know I created it. I'm biased as fuck. But this one is something that I want to sell in my Etsy store as well. I don't know if I can justify, you know, like getting a bunch of decks, because I'm not doing a good job at selling my zombie oracle, because I'm just not good at selling stuff. True Black, the regular edition, and the Sacred Destiny oracle, which is one of my all-time favorite ones for sure. I don't know how many cards in this one. Oh, 52, yes. It's gonna be part of my video then. Another one, which if I can just pick it up, is the archetype. What is it? Wild Unknown Archetypes, which I haven't used in a while, but I did go through the whole thing and, you know, wrote the keywords on the card itself, and I think that's really helpful. I saw that there is a pocket edition for this one, but I don't know if I would get it, because then I would feel like I need to go through the whole deck again and write the keywords on those cards again. And what would I do with this one then? Because, you know, like, I don't know if anybody would want it with the keywords around it. So I'm not sure if I will get the pocket edition. Okay, now on to the actual pile, I guess. Oh no, sorry. I still have the oracle of, you know, the secret language, which was a recent one. And it has more than, right, 40 cards. Yes, 46. That goes into that pile as well. Yeah. Okay. I got this one because of one card, and this is a deck that just makes me really sad because it had potential, but there's just so many repetitive images, and it's a pip deck, but you know, that could be just, you know, like, okay, it's a pip deck, a lazy pip deck. But look at that, the High Priestess is an astronaut. It has really cool cards. It's the Tarot Reconnect with You. I don't even know if, you know, it's the name of the deck, but unfortunately all the court cards are exactly the same, just some different coloration on them. So it's a disappointment, but I'm kind of still thinking that I will just illustrate these a bit differently, and then I can turn this one into an actual good deck, because the book is really good. So I don't get why you release a really good guidebook with a shitty deck, because it's gonna turn a lot of people off from the deck. So missed opportunity for that deck, I think, as well. This is the, you know, Will Worthington illustrated, I can never remember the English title, but you know, it's with the trees. Richie talked about this deck in one of his recent lives. It's a really shitty cardstock. It's really like cardboardy and thin, and it's big, but I will, you know, obviously one day when I have time, I will cut the white part off, and then that's gonna be good enough. But I bought this one because I want to learn the trees, learn more about the trees, but I also want to learn them in Hungarian, because, you know, the names are different, and even though it's useful to know them in English, but I want to be able to just go outside and be like, oh, that's a birch tree, that's a whatever tree, in Hungarian. So I like, you know, I'm Hungarian after all. Just messages. But I think I shown everything that's on the ground now. Yes. Okay, so did I show you the Lost Hollow? No. Lost Hollow. So still happy that I have the pocket edition. I'm still a bit not mad with myself or angry even, just a bit like, oh, I should have gotten the first edition of the original size with the white border, but I kind of thought that, oh, the borderless is gonna be better. Still think it's that white or creamish white color is just adding more to the cards, and I should have gotten it. Regret. Pocket edition of the Wild Unknown. It's was one of my most used decks. Honestly, I haven't used it for a while. I kind of feel like we needed a break. It's very interesting. The Ephemer. I don't think I've shown this one. The Ephemer Tarot. It's still beautiful. Even the, you know, like the more simple cards. It's a flying squirrel, I guess, on the trio ones. I didn't even look at it that well yet. Queen of Cups. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah, beautiful deck. The back is shiny. I'm already dreading the moment when he announces a new deck, and I'm gonna be like, oh fuck me, I need that. Oops. Not a deck, but a divination coin. Smoke, sleeping dragon, and not sleeping dragon. I don't really use divination coins because they are usually too heavy for me, but I want to. But I think it's just too dangerous for me to use. My Lenormand deck, which I made, which I sometimes attempt to use, but don't necessarily know how to. The Zombie Oracle, the one that I use currently, and I should make either a pouch or remember where I put the box of it. But this is the edition that I sell on Etsy, and this is the 60 card. I still love this one. Obviously, it's my deck. But you know, we all need like healing and having fun. I haven't been using this one a lot, but I like this edition and the cardstock and everything, which is good, right? Because it's my deck. I should like it. This is the official edition. If the Thistledown Oracle. It's so beautiful, isn't it? Like so beautiful, the box itself. I have the prototype as well somewhere here. I think here. And I still need to pack these things away as well. Yeah, it's coming, you know, like the Heartwood Tarot. It's gonna be amazing. I mean, everything that they do, Adam and Stephanie, like they do together is just amazing. So I'm biased, but not because, you know, the bias came after having the decks, I would say. So I think it's warranted. A deck that I don't use, to be honest, but because it was a gift from Richie, I'm gonna keep it forever and ever, and I really like the gold edging, and I just love that my phone can actually show details like that. And this is the Druidcraft, which I accidentally trimmed completely. I didn't mean to do that, but this is what you get if you trim a deck while you watch a live stream. You get distracted and you trim off the titles. Yes, in the Harry Potter Rocks 40 bag lives the prototype for, whoops, the Heartwood. Let's see what fell down. Awareness. Yeah, I should be more aware of how I'm pulling cards out. That has a special bag because it's a special deck. Deviant Moon. Also special. Okay, I shouldn't open it because it will take forever. I mean, it's already 30 minutes. Deviant Moon, one of my all-time favorite decks. An Oracle deck, which I haven't really used, it's the Seeding Dreams. I traded this one with someone, and it's a good, I like the, you know, like childlike illustration style, the colors. It's paper thin, like, I don't know, I shouldn't, but yeah, I should control myself. It's not exactly paper, it has some plastic feeling, so it might not be, you know, a cardstock that gets ruined easily, but I haven't had the time to actually really use it. And it's Carlos Poco, I think that's how you say the name, is the creator, and that's the illustrator. If you're interested in getting it, it's the Seeding Dreams, Messages and Guidance. A Tarot of Sexual Magic. Haven't really used it. I want to do, you know, like those readings as well. So I don't know if it's actually working or not, because I haven't had time to test it out. Okay, Centaur. It's you know how I feel about these decks. Yeah, the Radiant White Spirit, aka the Dirty Pen, which I got the, oh, that's the Total Tarot, that was the magazine, which I just wanted it for the sake of having the deck, so oh, Field Guide, obviously, Dragons. Oh, I really need to figure out how to organize. Any idea? If you have any idea about, you know, how to organize these decks, please do let me know. This is gonna be the building, the big size that's still been, you know, I still sell this one on Make Playing Cards. So if you have larger hands and you just like larger cards, you can still get this version on Make Playing Cards. Unfortunately, without the not without the boundaries. Did I don't remember if I resubmitted the deck right now, but no, I think Boundaries is only in the pocket edition. It's the Raven's Prophecy, which is one of my personal decks, which I don't use for other people. Okay, Forest Fae and the Flower Petals. These are all tiny ones, but they are actually really good. And this is kind of like affirmation decks, so not even that like oracles or whatever. This was a gift also, the smallest tarot deck of the world, and indeed it is tiny. I'm not gonna put it like get it off from the box, but look at the size. It's really cool. I haven't really used this one. It's the pocket edition of the Animal Spirit. I need time to, you know, like study the deck, because I just don't necessarily know a lot about animals to know, you know, like, okay, with the camel I can guess what it means, but what do you want with the cobra? I'm assuming it's not just like, you know, attacking someone swiftly, even though it could be just that. But I still haven't had time, or didn't really felt like, you know, using it. The special edition, the holographic of the True Black, and I'm still so happy about that. It's the 500. Oh god, look at that. It's such a beautiful deck. Let me show you. So yeah, once the ephemera is gonna be 5 years old or whatever. It's gonna be a special edition or something like that. Unfortunately, I think I'm gonna get it, which is gonna be not cheap. But another favorite of mine, the Majestic Earth, which I'm still so happy that I was able to get. Look at this beautiful star. I could use this one to learn more about the astrological connection for cards. Even though there's an oracle deck, I can't remember the name exactly right now, but it's the something radiant maybe in the title or not. That, you know, has it's an oracle deck with all the astrological like stuff in a very, like, at least seems like very understandable way. Like, I don't know, Leo in, no, does it make any sense? No, the moon in Leo or something like that. And then there's a keyword, so you know you can be more familiar with things like that with that deck. So I'm thinking about getting that one. Another good one, the Mystical Medleys, which is really good for everyday stuff, you know, like for the mundane questions, which sounds bad, but it's not. It's actually a really good deck for that. Shadowland Tarot in a special pouch. I still need to make pouches for certain decks. Galaxy RWS. It's been a while that I used this one as well, but I just kind of didn't feel like it. You know, certain decks at certain seasons. It would look so much nicer with the gold accent, like actually like foiled, like, you know, with the foils and stuff, but I think that would drive up the price just so much that it's just no point. But I like that I have a Galaxy RWS. It's not the steampunk anymore in it, so because I sold that one. Yeah, I'm keeping the trimmed wildwood in it. It looks good, I think, like trimmed. The back, it's not as bothersome as, you know, I thought, but I need to make a new pouch for it because the size is not exactly how this pouch is, and the colors need to represent the deck, so I will know what's inside. Okay, let me try to be a bit more quicker. Midnight Magic Mushroom deck. Haven't really used it. I still plan on. Star Code Astro Oracle. I would never get rid of it, even if I will never ever use it again. I'm not taking out any cards, but you can just see some on the back. If you don't know this deck, it's beautiful. I think it's amazing. Star Dragons, really good healing deck for me. Star of Sweet Twilight. I still need to start using this one. They're just, you know, decks that I finally got, and my back hurts. Finally got, and then I never used them. Like the Octopus Arrow. It's the gold edition. I still kind of wish that I had the holographic edition, but hey. This is the Hungarian edition of the well, what is it? It's the anatomical. I forgot the name. Oh, and it's the Hungarian one, so I don't know. It's something anatomy. But you guys know what this deck is. It's just currently I'm blanking on it. I still need to make a big pouch. Botanical Inspiration, also a good oracle deck. How many cards? 44, so it goes into that other pile. Spacious Tarot. Still have my favorite High Priestess card, the Hungarian edition of the Light Series, which is good, and unfortunately they ran out, they sold everything, so I need to wait because I want my friends to have it. The unfolding pad, which I just recently used, and it's also a really beautiful watercolory deck. The Darkwood Tarot, which it's so hard not to show cards, honestly. I just like this one. I think it reads really well, and the guidebook is awesome as well. And you know, there's a Horror Tarot, which is like a sister deck to it. Hush Tarot, also one of my favorites, which I don't often use, but it's a good one. Tarot of the Little Prince, still my favorite. I don't know. Okay, I don't have, you know, the Lover's card anywhere near me, I bet. Even though I keep showing that card in pretty much every video where I talk about this deck, but it's not gonna be anywhere near here. So just a few cards. If you haven't read the Little Prince, you should. It's a really short story, but I think it's beautiful and it's heartbreaking. And the deck is really good because it just reflects the story. And obviously there's not enough characters in the story for, you know, to easily pick out a different one from each position, but I think they still did a really good job with it. The Zombie Oracle, the big size. You don't need to see that. My back hurts really hurts, but there's not much, so I'm not gonna stop. Joie de Vivre Tarot, which I trimmed. And I haven't used it as much as it should, but I love the details. I just adore this deck, so I should just use it more. There are so many decks that I have that I don't often look at, but when I do a video like this and I go through my collection, I'm like, why am I not using this one, or why am I not using that one? And then I remember it's because I have a shit ton of decks, like the Hidden Realm, and I just simply don't have the time. The Shadow version of the Moonchild, I still think it's a great deck, but I don't know if I really want to work with it, to be honest. I don't know. It's bigger than my favorite size that is comfortable for me. So I don't know, maybe I'm gonna sell that one. I don't know. Supernatural. You know that I'm not selling this one, even though I hate sometimes this deck. But it's a fandom deck, so I'm not selling it. Another fandom deck is the Buffy deck. Again, trimmed. And I need to check, you know, if there is... Oh, look at the Lovers. If there is a new guidebook out, or if I can get one, because I keep forgetting to check it, if they made it available for people who have the first edition without buying the new deck. I don't know, can't remember. The Horror Tarot, which is, like I said, it kind of feels like a sister deck to the Darkwood, or to be honest, more so. I feel like it's the only annoying thing is that the title you can't really, you know, like read easily. I kind of feel like that the Darkwood has a corner, and this is where the Horror Tarot lives. Because obviously it's illustrated by the same person, so it's really complementary to each other, and it's a darker edition of the cards, I guess. in the edition of the Seraph Saphiro deck, which I also don't use enough, even though I really do love it. But it's probably because it's a paper deck, and I'm really not that. I'm not into. Is it 6? Yes, it's 6 of Pentacles. Even though it's beautiful, I'm not really into paper decks, as in reading with them. But it's not a lazy peep deck, so you know, like the 8 of, I think it's the ones, but if you look at the 10 of Cups, you know, everything, you know, is flowing into each other, so it's not a lazy one. There are indication of the meaning of the RWS for the cards, so I should just use it more, just like the Margaret Peterson tarot, which I finally trimmed. Look at that. It's beautiful. But it's I spent a month with this deck, and you know, I realized that it's just for my everyday, just mundane question. It's for the very profound one, for me at least. And this is the first Angelarium deck, which was my first, how many cards? 33, damn. First Oracle deck ever, and I bought it for the artwork, and I didn't even care if I will ever use it or not. I still keep holding on to this one, even though I don't really know why, because I don't use it. It's the, what is it, the Goddess Temple Oracle. I guess it's because it's just pretty. I mean, I like the artwork, and it's a good deck. It's just for some reason I just don't use it. I have a few decks like that I will maybe need to reconsider keeping. I don't know. The Crystals, the Stone deck is fun, and I think it's very usable. I wish they would release, honestly. I messed it up and I put it in the wrong way inside the box, because there's a hole, so you don't have to do what I just did. Because you have a really good picture of a crystal, and then, you know, like, not just description of what is it for, but who needs it, where to put it, but in a funny, like in a quirky way, like, who needs this one, the smoky quartz, the glass half empty types, the space cadets, arm your spiritual warrior. So I just wish they would release a second deck, because obviously there's a lot of crystals that are not in this one, but I think it's good for studying crystals. And this is gonna be the deck that I'm gonna be using from today. Actually, I forgot to pull my daily from this one deck, but yeah, the mystical tarot of mystical moments is my springish kind of deck. And yes, it's a bit bigger than I prefer my decks, but it's a really, like, really, I like this type of collage deck. So this, and it's, you know, edged and everything, which, to be honest, I don't really care if a deck is edged or not. For me, it's not an extra, like, not something that will make me go, ooh, I want to buy this more. But you know, that's just me. Zombie tarot that made me create the zombie oracle, so obviously it will never go anywhere. Just like a fandom deck, another fandom deck, Lord of the Rings. I don't see myself really using it, but I don't see myself getting rid of it either. Anatomy of a Witch Oracle, I should really read the book, and then I probably would use the cards more. It's on my list of things that I want to do, because, you know, also, big one. Oh, that. That's a good card. So yeah, and I really like the bag as well. I like the style, I like the idea, I just haven't had time to play with it. And the last two is the Celtic Tree Oracle, which is not the same as the one that I showed before. This was a gift from Giselle. And this is good for studying the Ogham. I think that's how you say it. Which obviously I haven't done yet. Because when did I do anything that I plan on doing? Haven't pretty much never. And the last one is one of my favorite ones. I love the Game of Thrones series, okay, and I love the ending. I don't care what people say. To me, it made sense. My only problem with the last season was that it was rushed. There would have been 2 extra episodes. I think it would have been done better. But I liked how everyone ended up with, because I think the characters had those in them, and for people who were waiting for a big happy ending, I don't know what show you were watching. But besides the fact that it's a good, representation of, some characters are repetitive, unfortunately, but it's really good. It reads so well. And I think even if you don't necessarily know the show, so there are some characters that you don't get the extra info out of if you don't know the show. But when we look at this image, it's a 10 of Wands. You will know what the 10 of Wands means from this one as well. It's someone who's carrying way too much, but at the same time they are taking care of their responsibilities. So and if you look at the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Coins, you see someone who oozes wealth and wisdom because of the age. They are not young, they have a giant coin, so you can get enough information out of it even if you don't know who that is necessarily on the card. Like the word is a map. His little finger is a really good King of Coins though. So I'm not saying that you can fully use it without knowing the show or the books. But I think it's been made, like in a really good way. Oh, it's a bit dusty in here. So yeah, these are all my decks currently. If you kept check, I don't think you did, but how many decks I have as in Tarot Oracle, I don't know yet, but I will make a count and I will update either the comments or the description with it, so I will know how many decks I have currently. It's still more than I need, obviously, but I don't think that it's a bad number right now. I mean, it's not a horrible amount of decks that I have around me, so should be good. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and hope this was entertaining, even if I didn't show everything, which was really hard. But it would be an hour and a half if I did that, so I think that's just too much. But yeah, thank you so much for being here, and see you in the next one. Bye.